I received a call from Reverend Paul Grimm at Concordia Theological Seminary in Fort Wayne. He had said that he had received a phone call from somebody in Evansville, Indiana. He had indicated that Trinity Lutheran Church was in the process of closing, and they had been wanting to designate certain things from the church. They wanted to make sure that there was something that could be done with the stained glass windows to see that they would be able to last long after the church has been closed. Through the interaction with Dr. Grimm, we reached out to Lorraine at Trinity Lutheran Church in Evansville in order to begin the conversation.
Trinity Lutheran Church in Evansville was the mother church in Evansville downtown area. And then they built an interstate bypass through that area and it became industrial. Lorraine Baggett was a special person that I met that had to disseminate all the property and all of the items inside the church. And I know personally that it can be difficult. It was difficult for her.
First of all, I really had a heart for the process that they were going through. They were in a very difficult time for the congregation to have to be closing.
But it was important to rescue those stained glass windows at that time before they sold the building property.
We really wanted to see what we might be able to do. And right away, she was immediately excited about the possibility of those stained glass windows being able to be possibly relocated at Worship Anew. The history of stained glass windows, particularly with this ministry, goes back to even when we received stained glass windows from Trinity Lutheran Church in Glencoe, Illinois. It was a great blessing for us to be able to receive those windows that we use and have used on the program regularly, dating back to over 10 years ago now. And Paul Moline has traveled to churches all over the country to capture pictures and drone footage of churches and stained glass windows. And those have appeared on the program for many, many years.
I began photographing stained glass windows and adding those as transitions between the pastor and a choir or our host. After a few years, the viewers began asking, what does the church look like? They liked the stained glass windows, they liked those transitions, but they were still not seeing the whole picture. So, beginning of the program would show an ascending shot of the church. Then throughout the program, I would show the stained glass windows. And at the end of the program, then I would show the cross at the top of the steeple.
When we have these windows from Trinity in Evansville be a part of the program, the stained glass windows help to depict and to bring to us images of God's Word. So Paul Moline and I were able to go down and visit Trinity to take a look at the windows in person. That was a great opportunity for us to meet Lorraine and to also meet Jules Momini, who was there at the time. He has a very well-respected company based out of Evansville doing restoration work on stained glass windows. He was able to explain more of the process of how he was going to have those windows taken out of the church. Jules would then be transporting those to another company, Window Creations, which is near Van Wert, Ohio. And they are also a company that was very well respected. To actually take the windows apart piece by piece, it was truly an amazing process that they went through in order to properly clean and restore the windows practically to the condition that they would have been originally over 100 years ago. For us to be able to work with somebody like Jules Momini down in Evansville and the Window Creations in Ohio, those were really a great blessing for us to be able to have the type of quality and the work that they did in order to make this process all come together. Once Window Creations was completed with restoring the windows there in Ohio, then they transported the windows to the Wolf Chapel studio here in Fort Wayne at the home of Worship Anew, and to be able to then have those properly installed here, that people will be able to enjoy those on the television program for many more years to come.
When you walk into the front office area and the atrium, you will see the Martin Luther stained glass window. As you look throughout the atrium area, you will see other stained glass windows from Trinity Glencoe, and the hallway leading from the atrium to the shelf room. Trinity Glencoe also has some stained glass windows in that hallway. As you come into the studio, you'll see the Trinity Evansville windows and windows from Trinity Glencoe, Illinois, which are located above the altar and to the left and right of the pulpit and baptismal font.
Viewers oftentimes will comment how much they love to see the images of churches and stained glass windows that are shared on the program, and being able to really provide for us great sense of comfort and peace and encouragement. Being able to see that depiction of Jesus there at the shoreline preaching, and to be able to see the angel in the garden, and knowing that angels bring such comfort and peace to us when we think about the angel in the garden being able to celebrate and share the exciting news of Christ's resurrection. We see the depiction of Jesus knocking at the door and knowing that God is always welcoming us in to his family, and that he wants to be near and dear to us. And we see the Martin Luther window, which is obviously a great depiction of us being able to carry on the sharing of God's word, as Martin Luther did. Many of these churches are also very excited because they see their legacy being carried on through the work of Worship Anew. We are so grateful to churches like Trinity Lutheran Church to feel that they have trust in this ministry to be able to carry on their legacy. And we are so blessed to be able to carry out the work that we do in preaching God's word. And we will continue to do that until the day that the Lord returns.